You act like your business is your baby because it is. If your child goes out there and they're on the honor roll, you're gonna be in the audience. That's my baby. That's how you need to be with your business.
Welcome to the Entrepreneur's Trip podcast with X.T.C. I'm Shalonda.
I'm Tristan.
And I'm Chris.
As an entrepreneur starting or growing your business, you may have a destination, but the journey getting there can be a trip. We want to be your travel companions and inject a dose of X.T.C as we explore real-life conversations about navigating the world of entrepreneurship in the U.S. and the Caribbean. Come take this trip with us.
Hey Trippers, welcome back to another episode of the Entrepreneur's Trip here with X.
Shalonda.
The T.
Tristan, I can't believe we're doing this so retro.
The C, Chris, and today we have our guest, Nadea.
Hey,
So-
we have
Oh, wait, they came in with their own like what you call those things?
They got the handshake and everything.
Yeah.
You know-
I'm sorry. Let's
Get ready, boys. Get ready.
Hey.
Hey.
So, to let you know a little bit about our episode today, in life, we search for that official title to define ourselves, not for ourselves, but for others to validate our existence. Nadea Nicole decided to let her journey define her. In that journey, she came to the awakening that she is a passionate, someone who is passionate about doing what they love and brings that passion to lifestyle. So we all have a very close relationship here with Nadea on the Entrepreneur's Trip, but we will get into that after I know what you are drinking. All right, what are you sipping, Nadea?
So, in honor of my girl Shalonda over there, sis, I have
Look at him. Okay.
some coffee, some Italian roast coffee, and you know
Where'd you get that from?
Well, you gotta sponsor.
Sound like
this
somebody
for-
brought it back for you.
I've been
Look.
watching. They gotta sponsor this in order to
Right.
doing this. You know, not every coffee is the same, but this one's great. But coffee with a little bit of coconut wine, a creamy coconut wine. So that's what I'm sipping on tonight.
Fancy. I guess let's go, Shalonda.
So
As the ladies are.
my girl today, because we met when I was up on the mainland and we had cocktails. I'm having a little carbonated soda with a special splash of.
She
You
gotta go
figure
read
it
the
out.
label. She gotta go read the
I was on
label.
the edge, like, of what?
Yeah,
Chris,
you got a
I don't
sponsor for us to
know,
call
man.
you.
This is looking rough, Chris. This is looking rough.
I'll just mute you and I will let the ladies
Shalonda
take
comes
this.
out. Yeah, like ladies come out. Shalonda's glass look bigger than usual. He's over here splashing it
It's
up.
gonna be a
You know?
party with my girl Nadia up in the house.
Well, that's right.
That's not a
Chris.
splash. That's a whole bucket full, right?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks. She's turning red, Chris. Look at her. No. Her and the Madras red is about the same. She's not doing the shimmy. I saw that in Stella getting her groove back. That's what. No.
Oh gosh.
Look, you got
And she got to pay for it.
I got a drink now.
Oh my gosh.
Unpack us, Chris. Unpack us, please.
What you sipping there, Tristan?
Vodka burns like gas.
Is that neat? Like no chill, no nothing, just straight.
No, just straight. Because you ladies are so hot.
My guy.
Well, I'll cool Tristan off. I got some water here.
Appreciate you, Chris.
Got the cafe and again the libations here. You know, keep us feeling good and regulated as don't want the caffeine to get me too jittery here. So let's unpack this episode with Nadea.
Look at her. Look at her. Look at the cup go. Look
I
at the
thought this
cup
was
go.
longer
You
than
saw the
that. I was like,
bottom of the cup. And you look. You just see it dropping. It got layers to the bottom of the cup.
yeah.
No. Oh, now she's showing us the shot glass side. No, no, it's not that much. I haven't. We're just gonna coffee it out. Chris. I think this is where, like, we're gonna talk a little
You
more
know what,
about like our little
Tristan?
big sis and I. I'm
Relax.
done.
Relax. All right, let me just get our listeners up to speed. What you are seeing is a behind the scenes of the Entrepreneurs Trip team when we get together.
Yes.
We are like super excited to finally have our girl Nadia, who
Yep.
is a expert when it comes to social media management and really starting to grow and engage your audience. That we had to have her come on and join us to let's get social. And so we're having a
Hmm.
we started with the drinks, but we really got to get to the social media management stuff. Like let's
Oh,
unpack.
And
that's
the
what we were
branding and
gonna do.
graphics behind the show, these beautiful color schemes and designs here
Mhm.
are the work of Nadia here as well. So
Mhm.
shout out to
Yeah.
the
I just
look and feel of the entrepreneurs trip.
Yes. Yes.
I just thought we were just getting social with Nadia. Like, I thought this was like a social. You bring a glass, you're gonna chat it up.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't even know Nadia was an entrepreneur. She spent so much time trying to tell me she wasn't. I
right.
remember going back in the old episodes, and I'm like, yo, Nadia. When we get Nadia on, Nadia's like, yo, like she was just curving me. Like, you ever been to the club and you got that one girl? You're like, man, girl, you look really nice. I mean, this is not the place to talk about graphics, but I had this new logo, and she's like, nah, I'm trying to make my way to the bar right now. Oh, so you drink? You drink? She's like, no, I drink, but just with my circle. So I'm just gonna be over here. And I was like, oh, I got a circle that we could drink together. And she was like, no, no, that circle's not for me. I do graphics. I do social media. You don't even log on. I don't see you messaging. You need to get your posts up to 5 posts a day, and then maybe you can buy me a drink. And I was like, damn, Nadia, like
There's
that.
levels.
There's
Levels.
levels.
Well, Chris,
So
you
we're
guys want
super
to know something
excited to
funny?
be part of this journey with Nadia and that she trusted us because we called her early on in this
Yep.
project, right?
Really.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so she's not only helped us with the entrepreneurs trip, but she also supports the Shopify group and some other clients that it would be up to her to share. But let's get into social media. Why should an entrepreneur be concerned about social media, Nadia?
It's the number one way to connect with your audience. Literally,
Mm,
the only way for most people now that we've experienced a lockdown, it's the only way to
mhm,
connect online. Everybody is online. Your grandmother is online. She gets the news before you. So when
mhm,
it comes to promoting your business and promoting a product, you want to be able to build that trust with the people that you are going to be consumers. So you want them to
mhm,
know what the product is, what it feels like, what it's going to look like, and the difference it's going to make on you as a client, someone that wants to buy in. That's what it's really for. And you build that relationship with them. So when they trust you, they're gonna spend the
Mm.
money. They believe in what you have. They buy in emotionally into what you have, and you know, they support you.
Hmm.
mm, mhm.
Okay.
Oh wow,
You
everybody's
got
like,
to ask some tough ones. I just don't know if I can ask some
Well,
tough ones yet. I usually fight with Shalana, so I'm like, I see there's two of you, so I'm trying to balance out right now.
yeah, be careful because I got backup today. I got backup today.
exactly.
Just a little, it's just a little different, just a little different.
Hmm.
The post might read differently. Oh, Tristan wasn't as funny in this episode. Check out the next one.
Oh yeah, I'm good for it. Yeah.
So,
So,
okay, we're talking social media. So my question is because I mean we're catering to entrepreneurs that are on the mainland and here in the Caribbean, particularly the US Virgin Islands. So I know when I came back home, Facebook, everybody on Facebook.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But on the mainland, it's LinkedIn, right? And then I have some of my millennial folks saying, "Oh, you need to get on Instagram." And then another said saying you need to do TikTok. Well, you ain't catching me on no TikTok doing no dancing, right? But
Mhm.
entrepreneur,
Remember this episode, everybody. 5 minute mark.
Listen,
maybe that was a libation talking. So how does an entrepreneur determine what platform that they should really market their business on?
so it's pretty simple. You need to know who your audience is.
Mm,
If
Mm-hmm.
you have people that are on Facebook all the time and that's where you get the most interaction, that's where you would want to be. For TikTok, I feel that is more of a lifestyle, or if you are doing something where you're promoting a webinar or services that are in person, maybe you might want to show them the behind the scenes, what it looks like, or you want to have fun. If you're a lifestyle person, TikTok is for you because that's where everybody is. They're searching vacation and anything that they want in their life, lifestyle
Mm-hmm.
coach, be on TikTok, do your dance, have fun, and tell them all the information they need to know on the side.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Get them, get them. Instagram and Facebook is the number one social media platform that I always recommend my passionates to use because that's where the majority is. You would
Mm-hmm.
mainly get people on Facebook that would be reading more, trying to find out more information, interacting with you, and then you have those that are on Instagram that are looking at the pictures, so you catch them by the pictures, and then they want to know more about it. So they
Mm-hmm.
read the captions, and now Instagram has links where you can actually click on the buttons and go straight to where you need them to go, which would be your
Right.
website. We haven't got to
Mm-hmm.
website yet, but it's all together. But I always say, know your audience, know the type of people that you're trying to connect with. If you're trying to reach senior citizen, you got to get on the radio because not
Mm-hmm.
everybody can be on social media. But if you know who you are trying to speak to, you know where
Right.
they are, that's the platform that you need to be pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Mm-hmm.
how do you? I want to say like, what does active on social media looks like? So I mean, I have a horrible tendency. I would post for one day and then I'm gone for about a month, and then I might just periodically like, but damn, like everybody did the same thing at the same time.
Right.
Everybody, even Chris had checked me. Chris was like,
I just saw you
So
take interest. I was like, oh no, I didn't even look.
yeah. So when it comes to the scheduling of how often you
Mm,
should post, I always recommend that you start small and build from there. So if you do something as small as 3 times a week, you have your Monday, your Wednesday, your Friday, and if you're feeling extra fancy, you might pop in a weekend post, but do something that you can like continue to do, something that's consistent, because what you don't want to do is say, I want to flood social media, I want to do this. And you start with a launch and you're posting so much, and people are getting used to seeing you all the time. And then you go ghost.
but
Because
isn't that
now
annoying though?
it's, it depends on what you're
I'm so
doing. Because then your content is another important factor, because you don't want to just post out empty things, pretty graphics. Okay, cool. Are you a photographer? Great. Yes, you are. So you could post pretty graphics as that's what you're selling. But somebody
Mm-hmm.
else that is posting a product, you need to make sure that you know exactly what the goals are for your business and why you're posting it. You don't go on social media unless you're doing it intentionally. If I'm going to post a product or clothing, anything like that, I'm posting it in with the intention that I want them to buy this. So whatever I'm posting, it's catered to them thinking about buying this. And then I make it
right.
easy for them to buy it and get to my website. Everything is with intention.
Got
mm.
it.
You hear that, Tristan? So let's talk about these stories and these reels. I see everybody
Well,
coming
I,
out
I
with videos
post with
and all this stuff.
intentions.
What's the deal with that?
Well, Reels is just my way of saying I don't need TikTok right now. I got Reels. I could work with that. Unless I'm a lifestyle coach and I'm trying to promote, a webinar or a course, then I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
just use the reels. So it gives you a personal touch with your audience, whether you want to show face to face, you want to show behind the scenes, and maybe you might want to trigger someone. If you're talking about a specific thing and you want the audience to feel like, wow, I'm missing out on that, I didn't even realize that my life was going on without this important knowledge. And you're breaking that to me. It creates a relationship. And now I know, oh, I'm going to get the things that I've been missing here in the reels. And the next thing too with reels, they get the most views. Once they
Mm,
hop into the algorithm, they're going to continually be in there. You just slide. When you're doing reels, you're not looking for a specific person, you're just scrolling and your
Mm-hmm.
reel is going to be there. And once it's there, depending on the type of hashtags you use, you'll get people from around the world that are like, hey, I want to learn about entrepreneurship. Boom. Entrepreneurship just for us, we just had a reel go up and it's been blowing up. Everybody around the world has been finding these reels from nowhere. And then what you do, you click on the link, you get to the website, and the magic unfolds. You see everything that they're about. And then you have somebody that trusts you, one, is interested in what you have to offer, and they
Mm-hmm.
continue staying.
mm,
Mm.
mm.
Nadia dropping some nuggets.
Build a
Are we
community.
Kristen,
all
are you about to detour this this knowledge
Yeah,
session here?
yeah. We're just gonna dethrone the whole thing.
Hmm.
Sorry, sorry. Watch your noise. All right, guys. So we got Nadia over here. She's still sipping. Can't put a cup down. She said it's coffee, but the coffee's splashing with some other stuff. She been giving us a little bit of nuggets. As you guys know, for the most part, I like social media, but I don't really like social media. Um, Nadia, what I want to talk to you about is how I want to call it like how difficult it is to keep these schedules. I feel like people just look at it and think like it's something that just happens. Like it's not that hard to do. Could we be real about it and like tell them like how hard keeping these schedules really are, and like what it means, what happens when you don't keep schedules?
So I've worked with people that would hire me to run their social media for the mere fact that they don't like social media.
Mm,
So I
Sounds like
have
me.
to, but I
mm,
have to explain to them that when you're running a business, unless you have the funding out of this world, like these big corporations that you don't see a face of because they just have enough money to just push their things, you're selling to a small community. Like in the Virgin Islands, we're a very small community. So when something new comes out, it's usually coming out because someone from home put it out, and it's
Mm-hmm.
more likely that you're going to get people involved when they see your face. They're like, oh, I don't know what this photography thing is, the pictures look good, I might try them. But then when you see Tristan behind of it, it's like, oh, that's my boy Tristan. We went to school together. Let me support Tristan. Like you act
mm,
like your business is your baby because it is. If your child goes out there and they're on the honor roll, you're gonna be in the audience. That's my baby. That's how you need to be with your business. So for someone that doesn't like to be a part of social media, that doesn't want to do anything, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but sometimes I really want to just log into their personal account and share anything that I post for them just so they can see how much value it adds when you claim your art. You claim your
Mm-hmm.
art.
Hmm.
mhm,
It's all about knowing what your goals are and what you want out of your business. If you want it to be successful, you have to build trust with your audience. And the only way to do that right now in the Virgin Islands is to be out there, to show people why. If you don't like your own business and you're not sharing your own stuff, why am I going to like it?
Well, ain't even that. Like I just feel like sometimes like we just grew up in different generations.
Yeah.
Like I think about I like rappers, right? So
Mhm.
if you remember the Jay Z's, most rappers when they first came out, and I
Yeah.
want to say like they weren't really making any money. They had on the big flashy chains. They do all this to draw that attention. You see what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
once you get there to that point, now when you mature and your money has matured, you don't
Yeah.
even see them with these big chains on. You see what I'm saying? There's like a white tee and maybe a blazer or something. Like everything just becomes that much more relaxed. And for me, coming from an era where it's like we put in the work and we're never about like showing off, like this is what it is that we have and or what it is that we're doing. Like
Hmm.
social media to me, it's kind of like I don't want to say like it's like almost like a turn off. Like I want to show you some stuff, but I just don't want like give you everything.
Well, a
Could
hack for that. Oh,
could I jump in and help you for a second there, Nadia? Because you know, Tristan, you and I always see things a little bit differently. And since our audience is entrepreneurs, I tend to agree with Nadia that you have to have a social media presence. As you grow your business, if you are ready to scale, you have to grow your audience and people have to know that you're there. So for example, if you have a business here in St. Croix and you're well known in the territory, but you're trying to expand your market to the mainland, social media is going to help you get that awareness that you need to be able to do the projects on the mainland or international. Why are we thinking small?
Hmm.
Social media helps you
Right.
to think much bigger because you have a bigger access to a larger audience.
Yeah.
So it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's a swimming pool versus the ocean kind of conversation. That's
Absolutely.
uh,
Get out of the
I'm.
pond, baby. Get out of the pond. The water
It's
is
not
not
even that. It's that I'm looking at the
open.
time. The time
You
says
got
Yeah.
the
0.
Caribbean Sea, you got the Pacific, you got all
Well,
kinds of stuff.
while Tristan's
Chris,
hanging
you
out in
see
the
how they
pond,
move?
I'm gonna go get some souvenirs.
All right, so I'm
I
gonna
don't
start real
know.
quick.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
know if it's the libation that have you delayed on this conversation, Tristan, or you're just soaking in
No,
all the stuff that Nadia is
He's probably over
dropping.
there right now. It's like,
it's 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 like a little bit of both because I mean I've had this conversation with Nadia to a certain extent, and it's like yeah I don't mind like when we have the shoot I could post something, but then after that I just feel like you know I like comparing it to rap. Back in the day we had to wait like maybe every 4 to 5 years for an album to drop because we're waiting for the artists to mature, them to build our content. So for me, it's like the content, like I don't want it to be that much easily accessible to a certain extent. I want you to just see like my gems. Like when I pop in, it's like boom, oh shit, this is what
but
this
what,
was. Boom, oh damn, this is what this is. And
but
not
what you're,
necessarily. Go
oh,
ahead, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
What you're forgetting too is there was a different time back then. We
But
didn't
that,
have
but
streaming and online presence. Sam Goody shut down in Synchro. You can't go and get hands-on things. So you have to go and
I know.
research and look to see when your artist is dropping something. But now that online presence is a big thing for everyone, people on Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff, they have to keep relevant. We don't
Right.
digest information
Yeah.
like we do.
Remember
So
Blockbuster? Remember Blockbuster?
I do. I remember
Hey,
Napster. You remember
remember
Napster? Napster is why we
Blockbuster,
buy no
Tristan?
CDs.
You need to detour. Get with Netflix and Spotify, my friends. Come on now.
Oh, so what you're saying is like we need a detour because detour is like the last segment and it's out and it's not now because we're into souvenirs.
Yeah.
I know we're in
Here's
here,
here's
so I'm
one more
encouraging you to detour. Encouraging you. That's a souvenir.
Here's one more souvenir, Tristan. And this is just for you too and anybody else.
Mhm.
If you have content and you have like a bulk of content and you want to put out stuff, but you find yourself ghosting for a while, spread it out. You don't have to give me
I got you.
everything at once.
So,
Let
Nadia,
I
content.
question for
got you.
you as another souvenir for us. So, we've talked about where you need to be on social media, and that's really where your audience is engaging with you.
Mhm.
We've talked about when to be on social media, which is start small, build up, but at least be consistent.
Yeah,
So my
Chris
next
is on it.
question is, how do we become, or like, how do you do social media in terms of the type of content that you are putting out?
Once again, it's very detailed. Not everybody has the same. I'm putting my cup down because we have to get serious. Not everybody has the same audience. Not everybody digests information the same way. If you are pushing out to millennials, you're pushing out to people that are younger than millennials, it's a 5 second frame you have
Yep.
with them, and then they're on to the
Yep.
next. So if you're on TikTok and
That
you're
works
on
for
Instagram,
me.
you're just putting out reels. That's where reels come in. You grab their attention, give them what they need, and then they're out the door. If you have people that are interested in reading blogs, then you would have that time to post out blogs on your website or share them on your social media. In terms of the general starter packet, I would say use captions. Make
Mm,
sure your captions are not just fluff, but it's directing them to an action. Make sure that your graphics are clean. It doesn't have to be spectacular, but sometimes people think more is better, less is
Yes, there's
more.
more.
mm.
Make sure it's clean, clear, concise. If it's just a picture of you with no wording on it, that's beautiful. People are attracted to that. But what you don't want to do is have like somebody just vomit on a graphic and you put it out and you have all this information on it and then you get lost in translation. Make sure it's a clear message that you're sending out to your audience. And you could play around with it. The fun thing about social media is things are always changing. You can always do something different. If you feel something's working for you, keep doing that. If you feel this isn't working, don't do it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Awesome.
Taking this view.
Let's take in the view.
Yes.
All right.
Taking the juice bottom of my cup. I've been drinking on all these slides.
So this is going to be a little bit of a follow-up from my my last question in souvenirs, but I have 2 quotes again. My first one is pulling another Gary Vaynerchuk quote here, but he said, the reason so many businesses struggle with social media is because they put the content that's in their best interest instead of the person on the other side. And then the other one I want to add here is from blogger and author Seth Godin. And he says, marketing is no longer about the stuff that you make, but about the stories you tell. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on that, Nadea.
That is beautiful. Like I said, I'm going to keep saying it. Knowing your audience is the most important thing because you're building trust and you're building a relationship. When you're posting captions, the fluff, take it out. You want to be able to talk to that person the same way you would talk to me or anybody else. If you're in person with somebody, you're not going to say, and you can find this on my link, so and so and so. You're going to be real. Like, hey, this could work for you. And this is how I've been showing that it can work for you. And you should try it out and see if it does. And if you like it, let me know on my Google review. Here's a link right here, girl. Click it. You got to be real with them. Everybody loves authenticity. They love when you're real. Don't commercial us. Give us who you are.
I love that.
Oh. All right. So you think we got about like a minute 20. Let's commercialize the entrepreneurship. Like, how would you be real with us about the entrepreneurship?
You ready for that? We supposed to have a meeting.
You sure you're ready for that? We're supposed to have a meeting after the meeting. Let's start the meeting right now.
We're going to hit you at the minute mark. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to think. As soon as it hits the minute mark, you got 30.
Let me take
3, 2, you, Nadea.
Share our posts. You are the host. That's it. Right there. Share our posts. You are the host. Also interact with the people that comment under your post. Whether it's on YouTube, Instagram, or your personal page, you ain't even got to say anything. You could just like it and show that the person is not just saying they like your video for nothing. They want to feel interaction. I just shared something about an artist, Trevor Jackson. If you don't know him, look him up. I love his music. And I just tagged him in it, not for him to say anything, but he saw little old me and decided to retweet my tweet. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to stream your music even more because you're showing love. With the entrepreneur's trip, people are going to continue showing you love. And you're going to build not just a following, but you're going to build a community that has trust and a relationship because you know your audience.
Damn, that was good.
I'm guilty too, Tristan.
As she finishes the glass.
Wait,
she finished the time, not the glass. So it's been a beautiful show, a beautiful episode of the Entrepreneur's Trip. What we're going to do is tell you to like, subscribe, share our page, do like Nadea says, and share our shit. And the next time when we bring back Nadea, we're going to talk some real shit because I'm going to tell y'all, like, when I started, I had like just a little bit to drink. And I'm going to tell y'all a funny story when, like, Chris introduced her. That shit just went off like, oh, shit, that's who she is. But I'm going to highlight y'all in the next episode, on the entrepreneurship. Stay safe.
And stay on top of Tristan and I if we're not sharing the post. If you go to our page and it's not there, be like, yo, Tuesday passed.
Definitely.
So you under the
You're the host. Share your damn post.
Share the post.
We're caught, Tristan.
Yeah,
right. All right, Trippers, we will see you next week when we are back with Nadea and Shalonda scolding Tristan and I for not sharing our posts.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for taking this trip with us. We hope you had a great time. Join us every Tuesday for another dose of X.T.C. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and visit us at theentrepreneurstrip.com for more entrepreneurship tips